Ritika, you can start. Professor is joining in over
Okay, sir. I'll start then.
here.
Mandeep, you can make it live now. A very good evening to all of you. I would like to thank each one of you for taking out time to attend this virtual workshop for Punjab under the initiative of DPIIT Government of India, that is Prarambh, Startup India International Summit 2021. It is my privilege and honor to welcome today Mr. Alok Shekhar, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce and Information Technology, Government of Punjab, Professor Sarit Kumar Das, Director and Professor, Indian Institute of Technology, Ropar, who is also a member of the FICCI Regional Advisory Council, Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi, Director of NIT Jalandhar, Mr. Devesh Tyagi, Senior Director, STPI, Software Technology Parks of India, and Mr. Taranjeet Singh Bamra, CEO and founder of Agnext Technologies, Mohali. He is also a FICCI startup member. We also have Ms. Sana Diwan from Invest India, who will be giving us a presentation on this summit today. If there are any questions from the audience, please type in the comment box and we will address them after the presentation by Ms. Sana. So without further delay, I now welcome Mr. Alok Shekhar, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce and Information Technology, Government of Punjab, to give an address. Mr. Shekhar is a civil servant belonging to the IS 1994 batch with a strong and diverse professional experience of over 26 years in the government with progressively higher responsibilities in public administration, public policy, and international relations. Mr. Shekhar is a master's degree in public administration from Syracuse University, Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs, USA, and an undergraduate degree in engineering from IIT Kanpur.
Since it has been
Mr. Alok Shekhar.
it has been well ये तो advertised.
Thank you, Ritika, and good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year to everyone present here.
केंद्र तो free float हो गई.
And it's my pleasure to join on this session of Prarambh, Startup India International Summit, pre-summit virtual roadshow. As you all know, Punjab has been very fortunate to have a host of very premier institutions of the country located in Punjab, starting from IIT Ropar, ISB, we have IIM in Amritsar, we have NIPER, we have ICER, we have Institute of Nanoscience Technology, and so on and so forth. And most of these institutions also comes with their own incubators, which help the students coming out of these institutes in starting their own enterprise. Punjab has been a land of enterprise as well, and people and a lot of big companies in the country today have their base in Punjab. To support all this activity, the government has also been very sensitive, and government has taken a lot of action in recent times to support the startup ecosystem in the state. And in that regard, we partnered with GAME, Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship of Ravi Venkateshan. And we started an accelerator in Ludhiana recently, where the first cohort of startups are getting mentored through that program, which will be 6 months long. The initial cohort, we hope that it will help them grow and establish themselves in the market. Similarly, Punjab also took initiative to set up a Punjab Innovation Mission, which we propose to partner with institutions like IIT Ropar and ISB. And it is a privately led initiative. supported by the government, which will also be supported by a fund, which is a venture capitalist fund, where 10% contribution will be from the Punjab government, rest of it will come from the private sector. And we hope that all this support of the government, all this exercise that government has taken will help further establish the startup ecosystem. We very much look forward to this event of Startup India International Summit, and we hope that we'll find more collaborators in the international arena, which will support our initiatives in this sector in Punjab. So thank you very much, and we'll look forward to further interaction.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shekhar sir. Now I invite Professor Sarit Kumar Das, Director and Professor, IIT Ropar. Professor Sarit Kumar Das, Director and Professor at IIT Ropar, Punjab, is currently on leave from the IIT Madras, where he is a professor with the Mechanical Engineering Department and served as Dean, Academic Research in the past. After obtaining BE in Mechanical in 1984 and ME in Heat Power in 1987 from Jadavpur University, he completed his PhD degree in the area of heat transfer from Sambalpur University in 1994 and joined the University of BW Hamburg, Germany, where he did his postdoctoral research in the area of plate and liquid metal heat exchangers. He has published 4 books and more than 250 research papers. Professor Sarit Kumar Das.
So you are on mute. You have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Am I audible?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay. So thank you very much. Today I will be talking about this journey. It's important to look back a little bit on this country's journey towards startup, but also we need to look at specifically towards Punjab. What are the things that we can do? What are the things which are important to do, and what unique opportunities we have got? The first thing that I would like to tell, India is an aspirational country. What does in real terms aspirational mean? It means that the people are aspiring to make up what has been lost in the past. And as a result of that, always the goalpost changes. If I just give an example, if you remember in the 80s and 90s, all the elections in the countries were fought with a single agenda, which was brought out by people, Bijli Sadak Pani. Now today, no election is fought on Bijli Sadak Pani, for the simple reason that Bijli and Sadak has been solved to a very large extent. Indian roads and Indian power supply has improved tremendously over the last 20 years, 20, 25 years. It doesn't matter which government, which political party is there. It is the pressure from the people which makes everybody perform and bring out changes in the society. And that's exactly what has happened in this country. And today, so people don't look at Bijli and Sadak. Of course, Pani problem is still to be solved. It's solved only partially, not completely. So what I'm trying to say is that the changes occur because of the aspiration of the people. And one thing which has changed in last 30 years, this aspiration is internet. See, now a person, the poorest of the poor, can have a mobile phone in which he knows what is the standard of living anywhere in the world. And so that has given a push as to the aspiration, particularly to the younger people who are looking for a very good life. And hence, when I was in the beginning of this century, say 2007, 2008, I was a visiting professor at MIT. I used to go around, listen to the seminars in my available times, and was thinking why at that time I was in IIT Madras, why IIT Madras does not become an MIT? What is the difference? I found They have got very brilliant people, but IIT Madras students, I know very well, they were even more brilliant than them, than MIT. Then I looked at the equipment, in today's world, even the equipment that was there at MIT, they were also available at IIT Madras. Then what is that we didn't have? One thing was ambience, and the other thing was the push towards innovation. I had my own student who took PhD at MIT. When he went there, his idea was that after getting a PhD, I will become a professor. But then at the end of his PhD, he didn't become a professor. He became an entrepreneur. He started his company in Boston. Now he has opened his branch in Singapore, and now he has come to India, the same person. What I'm trying to say, this spirit of innovation gives, America the kind of push that it has made in last 100 years. In fact, there was a coffee table book on 100 companies that MIT has produced and how it has changed America and the world. It was amazing to see that small coffee table book. Now, what I realized from there, it is this, that an urge for creating new wealth. See, we are good at creating knowledge, but how to transfer that knowledge into wealth, that is where we are lacking. 5 years back, Prime Minister Modi launched this 16th of January 2016. He launched this Startup India program. And really, it has caught up imagination of the people. In every institutions, whether it is NIT Jalandhar, IIT Ropar, IIT Delhi, everywhere, among the students of the pre-final year, even students of second year, they want to do something, they want to start a company. This has started flowing into that. But then I have to put a caution here, thinking that only this is happening in the institutes of higher learning like NITs, IITs, or the ISBs is absolutely wrong. If you look at the history of Punjab, you will realize that innovation comes from far wider set of peoples. And in places like Punjab, there is a culture, there is a history of innovation, there is a history of entrepreneurship. And hence, the task of these organizations, these institutions, and also the government should be how to give vent to this, entire ground of innovation, to create an ecosystem and bring up talents from nowhere. There can be an innovator from an unknown college in Gurudaspur. The question is, how does he or she gets an opportunity to come and perform in a system which we are setting? So the most important thing, in my opinion, is how to create a system in which, because if we see, the thing is, every year the number of people graduating from these national institutes, if you really look at, is small, very small. If you see the people who are taking entrepreneurial path is even smaller. Even they do not belong to this state, many of them. So if you just depend on these institutions to create entrepreneurship in Punjab, you won't be able to do. But what these institutions can do is really to bring up a system in which the local talents of Punjab can perform. So I don't like IIT Ropar's incubator, IIT Ropar's technology business incubator or research park or whatever I do, to be flooded with only IIT Ropar students. Of course, there will be a couple of them. They can act as examples. But I would like that local talents of Punjab will come to IIT Ropar's incubator and perform there and form companies in Punjab. This is what is more important. And this is important from another point of view. That is what kind of startup has been performing in the last job startups. The rate of growth of startup in the world, we are the best. But having said that, A large amount of these startups are in the domain of IT, are in the domain of services. You see, a country, as I said, that America became great because of the entrepreneurship which came out of these institutions. But the entrepreneurship cannot be only sitting at home and working with the computer. It has to be in the hardware. No company has become great without going to the hardware. A country cannot become great by being only a service provider. The innovation should get into producing items. One of my friends used to tell, cut a joke in IIT Madras, said, from morning when you get up, when you take your toothbrush, to the end when you switch off your light, to go to bed, encountered which is innovated in this country. Very few. It's true. He said, on a regular basis, I found out only one thing which is innovated in India, which is, in South India, they make this dosa making, the dosa's paste is made by a kind of grinder, which is not the normal grinder, a big grinder with a stone. He said, this is the only thing I have seen which is innovated here. Nothing else is innovated here. Now, if we really want to become a country which will have its place in the Committee of Nations, we must have our own products. And in this regard, there are two advantages with Punjab, and there is a specific advantage in this 2021. The two advantages in Punjab is Punjab has got both. On one hand, it has got manufacturing. On the other hand, it has got agriculture. And these two can be very good starting points for having specifically hardware startups for which we can become unique in the country. Punjab can focus particularly on agriculture and water products and manufacturing products. But along with manufacturing, one more thing which is becoming extremely important today is that of healthcare. You see, COVID has taught us a tremendous lesson. It is not only for this particular virus, but the COVID is probably receding, and bird flu is there. Tomorrow there can be something else. So a good healthcare system is the requirement of the nation, and Punjab can play a tremendous role for another reason here. We have got a series of institutions here who are related to that. We have NIPER, we have ISER, we have IIT, we have NIT, we have Punjab University. If you just connect them, we have IMTech. These are dedicated to healthcare research. These institutions have got dedicated sections, or even in some cases, the whole institute is dedicated towards healthcare research. So, on one hand, agriculture and water. On the other hand, healthcare. Third one, manufacturing. And fourth one, of course, nobody is seeing that, but which is going to come in a very, very big way, which is going to be electric vehicles. Because in another 5 to 10 years, the internal combustion engines will be wiped out of the surface of this earth. What is going to come is these electric vehicles. And electric vehicles has got so many things connected to it. It's battery, charging, stations, using renewable energy and so on. So we need startups in these areas, creating hardwares, creating products which can be world beaters. And this is quite possible with the kind of entrepreneurial and innovative past which Punjab has got. This is quite possible. So today I would suggest that Punjab government and CII, they come together to create space specifically related to this kind of startup systems, in which these sectors are addressed properly. We can have dedicated healthcare, we can have even dedicated, manufacturing system, because manufacturing is something which is the backbone of the MSME. And so MSME's culture in Punjab has been there for decades, and they have got even certain niche areas. Of course, along with that, the other thing that which I have not brought is pharmaceuticals. But pharmaceutical is, on one hand, there are bigger companies. On the other hand, there are, smaller organizations who are working on, say, things like instruments and things related, which is also a subset of the healthcare research. And hence, I would suggest that looking at today's scenario, probably people have understood how to create companies, how to make a startup, but what we need to do are two things. First, identify the hardware sector where innovation can be encouraged. That is number one. And this is where IITs, NITs can come in a big way, because we have those technical capabilities to train in the hardware sector. The second thing is, you need to identify also the capabilities of Punjab youth. The only way to take Punjab youth, I don't want to tell in other terms, but we keep on telling, in tea table, we keep on telling about problem of drug. We keep on telling about the problem of, migrating to Canada. But you can bring back the Punjab youth from that only by giving them opportunities. And opportunities is not government jobs. Opportunities is entrepreneurial. Because if there are startups in these areas, one startup will create multiple jobs, and the youth will be interested in coming back to that. Punjab state will look forward. And that's my dream, that institutes like IIT Ropar becomes centers for development of this state. And let us join hands together. Let us identify those areas. Let us take particular strategy in every area. Every area is different. So what kind of strategy we can take? How we can bring people? You see, an entrepreneur need not be, suppose an entrepreneur in the area of, say, biomedical devices, need not come from an engineering college. He can be a BSc graduate somewhere, but has got a very good idea. And this is what is important, that our institutions can give their technical expertise, their backup facilities, their facilities of experts interacting from here, from outside. All those facilities we can create. But we must have a method of identifying those youths, identifying the people who can come here. And with the help of that, we can march forward in identifying the areas, in bringing the people, training them, giving them opportunities. Most importantly, we must be clear that when we try 10 things, 7 are going to fail. This is one of the problems I have seen in many systems. The moment people fail, people start thinking, oh, my success rate has gone down. Now, please understand, the success rate of an entrepreneur is not same as success rate of a vaccine, right? So success rate in an entrepreneurial field, even if it is 20%, 30%, it's a great success rate. And so let us do that, and let us use these institutions as centers from where ideas can be supported, where people can be, gathered together. The people with ideas can be gathered together, and with a little help from the government and organizations like CII, I think we can create a Punjab which is performing to the fullest of its potential. Thank you very much.
I'm sure,
Thank you.
Professor Das. I'm sure when you mentioned about an agreement between government and the agency, it's tricky. So, but well said. That's the way.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, sir. It's okay.
I am not from the field, so we sometimes exchange the.
No, we fully acknowledge that. Yeah, Ritika, you can continue. Ritika?
Thank you, Professor Das. I now welcome Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi, Director of NIT Jalandhar, to give a brief address. Professor Lalit Kumar Avasthi has been working as director at various technical institutions since July 2012. While working as director at NIT Jalandhar, Professor Avasthi had additional charge of director NIT for about 4 months, and now he is also having additional charge of director NIT Hamirpur from August 14, 2020. His academic career spans for more than 3 decades, in which he is involved in teaching, learning, laboratory development, infrastructure development, research, and administration. Professor Avasthi.
Good evening and greetings from NIT Jalandhar. I would like to congratulate the organizers for this Prarambh Startup India International Summit, and specifically for Punjab. As we see, our country is having more than 65% of population is at the age of 35. Countries this working age group will touch 1 billion by 2030, and the potential in the country, we have a potential to boost the GDP to 10.4 trillion by 2034 and increase the per capita to 6,800 USD by attaining a GDP at 9%. So, our Honorable Prime Minister has set up an ambitious target of economy of USD 5 trillion by 2024. And all these things are achievable if we concentrate on innovation, startup, and look for creating youth who is not only job seeker but job provider. So NIT Jalandhar and other institutions in Punjab have been actively participating in this. I definitely endorse the Honorable Prime Minister's ambitious call for converting this challenge into an opportunity, and this has been demonstrated when India within 2 months have a 10,000 crore of business in PPE kits from nowhere. So we started with no initiative, and then we are now roughly more than 10,000 crore, and we have become the second largest PPE kits producer in the world. The common man in India is equally poised, and this can be seen from an Adivasi woman in Chhattisgarh is one of the leading example how startups are important to economic growth. As COVID-19 spread globally, there was a shortage of hand sanitizer, and the woman from Chhattisgarh made Madhukam, a brand of herbal hand sanitizer, developed under the guidance from Samarth Jain, a scientist, researcher, and consultant. Madhukam is made from waste of traditional Mahua brew, which is an integral part of Adivasi life and culture. So we can definitely think of that these kind of initiatives in Punjab can also be encouraged by the institutions in Punjab. There are so many institutions, as has been narrated earlier also. And the technical output of the institution like IIT, NIT, they are already producing very good startups. NIT Jalandhar, for example, has Ms. Upasana Taku. She started with a small venture for online payment, and then when the boom came, this online platform become a national or maybe international brand now, MobiQuick, and there are many more startups which have come up. So I think the technical institutions like NIT Jalandhar and others, we need to look into how not only the students in the institute, but the public at large can be benefited. NIT Jalandhar has two initiatives. One is this Technology Business Incubation Center, which has been established with the help of Science and Technology Department, and we have roughly a space of around 10,000 square feet available, where there are 20 compartments, and any innovator, not only from within the institute, but from Punjab, anywhere from Punjab can come, or from other states as well, and can have free computing facility, internet facility at the institute, and they can come up with their idea and convert this startup maybe into a enterprise. Secondly, NIT Jalandhar has a unique advantage, and we have put up an MOU with Space Technology, ISRO, for establishing one Space Technology Incubation Center, STIC, and around 10,000 square feet space is available for STIC as well, where the entrepreneur, they need to work in some area related to space technologies. So both these incubators are there, and there are more than 20 startups from NIT Jalandhar as on date, and this includes some of the local entrepreneurs as well. Many industrial houses, they have come up for solving their problems at the institute. So the institute faculty is actively involved in giving solution to the industrial problems. We have a good industry interface as well. Through these technology incubation center and space incubation center, we are also offering various services of mentoring these incubations, giving them pre-incubation, incubation, mentorship, and virtual incubation. This is open for not only for the faculty and staff of the institute, but it is extended to overall all Punjab. I would like to mention here that during this pandemic time, or the faculty members, they have also come up with various innovative technologies, and which has been commercialized also. And there are certain initiatives where these are also converted to startup. One of them is design and development of robotic modular transportation system, and another one is development and commercialization of air purifier. This is not only an air purifier, but the technology which is invented here, it is actually air disinfector. So it can kill any kind of bacteria, virus, etc. And then development and commercialization of UV-based surface disinfector. So there are many such technologies which have been developed at the institute, and they are in different stages of incubation. As far as Punjab is concerned, we look forward to come up with innovative practices being given, and maybe we can have similar workshops, etc., for pre-incubation or incubations for the youth of Punjab. So with this word, I congratulate the organizer for giving me time, and I wish this roadshow a great success. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Professor Avasthi. Now I welcome Mr. Devesh Tyagi, Senior Director, Software Technology Parks of India, STPI. Mr. Tyagi is a Senior Director, Software Technology Parks of India. He has more than 26 years of experience in IT ESDM sector, which has been actively involved in the promotion of the sector, and also working for the promotion of entrepreneurship, innovation, and product creation in the country. He has also been involved in various policy formations for IT ESDM sector. Prior to joining STPI, he served as the National Informatics Center, NIC, in various capacities. Mr. Devesh Tyagi.
Good evening. Thank you, Nikita. First of all, I welcome all the panelists. Then I would congratulate Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Government of India, for hosting the Roadshow, Prarambh, the Startup India Initiative International Summit, to mark the 5th anniversary of Startup India, launched by our Honorable Prime Minister on 16th January 2016. I also congratulate FICCI for organizing the event. I would also like to thank everybody for my participation. First of all, I would like to brief you on about STPI. STPI is an organization, autonomous body under Ministry of Electronics and IT, which was set up in 1991 with an objective to promote software exports from the country. I'm happy to note that starting from a few hundred crores, the software exports from the country has now reached for 4.47 lakh crores. That is from the STPI registered unit. As this roadshow is organized for a startup of Punjab, I am pleased to inform you that STPI Mohali, our presence is STPI at Mohali. STPI Mohali was established in the year 1998 when the IT activities were at a very nascent stage, and the export from the region were only 7 crores. Now, with the effort of STPI, with guidance and policy formulation from the state government, I am happy to share that the total export from the Mohali has now reached to around 4,000 crores, which is very heartening to note. We had also created around STPI through STPI registered unit, around 40,000 professionals has also been employed in various companies around Punjab. At present, 140 units are registered under STP and HTP scheme, and 9 units are performing under IBPS scheme. We are also having 26 units in our incubation services from the Punjab at Mohali. We feel that STPI and state government coming together will able to tap the potential of Punjab for reaching to the new heights. You see, when the Digital India was launched, STPI has played a major role in implementing of plans and policies envisaged in the Digital India. At STPI, we know that the advent of digital world and the use of IT technology, we have opportunity to change the life of people in many ways that was not even imaginable in the past. So with our efforts, we had now come to know that through certain plans and policies, there can be abrupt change in the life of the pupil. So we had, first of all, I would like to say that the tech tools and technologies which are nowadays used for the benefit of pupil has never been done in the past. Today, digital technology has established itself as tool for all to be availed or to all to be used, whether it can be a common pupil or it can be a elite pupil. You can see the example of social media. We all know that as adoption of social media by one and all has reduced cultural and social barriers, and it is being used as a tool to reinforce the unity of people on the strength of human values, not on the identities. This is the first example. Another example which I want to mention is the change in governance which has taken place due to the use of the IT information technology. There has been a vast change in governance mechanism. The governance has become more transparent, accountable, accessible, and participated. Today, government is extending its majority of service to citizens through apps. Some of such examples which comes to my mind instantaneously are Umang app, DigiLocker, Arogya Setu, Bheem, and many other such labs which are maintained and developed by my ministry. This has been possible only due to growth rate of mobile phones in the country. It has facilitated to roll out these apps to our common citizens. Therefore, we can easily say that the technology can be used to speed up not only development, but also bring out the change in life of the pupil. I would like to now tell what STPI is doing to use or reap the benefit of current digital technologies. We had actually planned that around 5 years back, STPI in collaboration with Delhi University has established an electropreneur park for promotion of ESDM sector in the country. So we had collaborated with Delhi University, we had collaborated with Indian Electronic Semiconductor Association, and many such other partners, and we established that COE. Today, in 5 years, we had put, when this formula was put in, this collaboration model was evolved. Today, I am very happy to note that it has reaped the benefits, or it has given the result beyond imagination. I would like to share with you some of the benefits which has been come through nurturing the startup at Electropreneur Park. We were targeting around 50 beneficiaries, 50 startups. Till date, we had supported 44. We are in 4th year of our operation. We had now, as on date, 15 startups which has been graduated. The number of products which has developed through Electropreneur Park or through this collaboration model is 33. We have 28 working prototypes. The number of patents which has been filed is 32. The number of trademarks which has been registered is 17. And we are now having the total startup funding has now reached around 100 crore of 450 crores as on date. The total valuation has reached around 450 crores. So this model, a successful model, STPI has taken example of this, and we are now coming up with Center of Excellence in all the latest technologies across the country. And I am happy to note that we had already established a Center of Excellence. We called it as Neuron at STPI Mohali. It is our continuous endeavor to support IT at SME sector throughout the country, and STPI Mohali Incubation Center, which is having around 1.4 lakhs square feet, is totally dedicated to the startups. We have the facility of raw incubation center. We have facility of 1600 seats of furnished space also. And then we had also established a Tier 3 compliant data center there. So all the things has been formulated in one place and in one center. So you have to just come at STPI Mohali and start reaping benefits from there. With STPI Neuron Center, I would like to brief you about that it is in the Center of Excellence, is in big data, AI, data analytics, IoT, and AVG. This has been set up in collaboration with our ministry, Government of Punjab, ISB Mohali, and Punjab Technical University. This is an initiative to identify and evaluate promising startup in the field of AI, data analysis, IoT, and AVG that will be hosted in our center, for which we are going to create 2 dedicated labs, one for AI data analytics and another for IoT and AVG. Apart from physical infrastructure, this COE will have access to technocrats, mentorship, and various mentorship programs, and the VC funding. What we are trying to achieve from this is that through this COE, we are trying to create a capacity building of human resource in niche technologies like AI, IoT, and AVJ. We want to generate 2,500 employment, direct or indirect, reduce the electronic imports, dedicated data analytics and artificial intelligence facility in Tier 3 data center, 30 to 40 high-end ready-to-use systems available for startup on time-sharing basis, a 25-seater facility for industrial training on latest technologies by industry expert and on-call trainers working in the industry. So these COE through which we are trying to establish, the example of Neuron which has been given by me in this, we had planned to establish around 25 across the country. Neuron is one of them. As on date, we had been able to establish 12 COEs in various areas. That is, we have established a COE in FinTech at Chennai. We had established a COE in gaming, VFX and CI at Hyderabad. We had established a COE in health, medical electronics and health informatics at Lucknow. We are having a COE in rural agricultural IoT at in the northeast. So these are the few examples. These has the budgetary outlay of around 2,206 crores, and through this we want to nurture around 1,500 startups. Another program which STPI has envisaged and it is being rolled out at STPI Mohali, we call it as NGIS, that is Next Generation Incubation Scheme. As you all know that STPI has been are having the incubation space throughout the country from 1990 itself. And we are now enhancing this facility and we are calling that as Next Generation Incubation Scheme. And through this, we are planning to nurture startup throughout the country. And this scheme will be having a budgetary outlay of 95 crores and around 300 startups are being planned to nurture. We plan to nurture throughout the country. Another initiative which we had taken in Mohali is basically the rolling out of the India BPO scheme. This scheme was established to give the rural youth job at their place only in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. It was noted by the government of India that mostly the IT industry is in the metros areas, and there should be something so that this IT industry can be proliferated in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. So IBPS, that we call it India BPO scheme, was one of such a scheme. And we had also rolled out this scheme throughout the Punjab. Through BPO scheme, there were two basic objectives. First, of the dispersal of IT industry to Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. Another objective was to give the job opportunities to local youth in the local companies. So I am happy to see the result of NEBPS that throughout the country, STPI has allocated 54,000 seats, and we are able to generate around 46,000 employment throughout the country. And mostly the local youth has got employment in these BPOs. So with this, I would like to urge the startup to take benefit of all the initiatives of STPI. In future, they can visit us in our STPI Mohali Center, and then they can get all the assistance once they are there. I would like to thanks Government of Punjab, FICCI, for inviting me to this event, and I am happy to contribute. I am happy to share my views on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Tyagi. Now I invite Ms. Sana Diwan to give a presentation on Prarambh, the Startup India International Summit 2021. Ms. Diwan.
Thank you, Ritika. I'm just going to project my screen and put up the presentation. Is it visible?
Yes, it is. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Sana Diwan, and today I will take you through a short presentation on the upcoming Startup India Summit, the Startup India Initiative, and the National Startup Awards and the State Startup Ranking. Startup India is the flagship initiative of the Government of India, intended to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovation and startups in the country and generate large-scale employment opportunities. The initiative has not only brought a sharp focus on startups, but it has also catalyzed the Indian startup ecosystem, promoting entrepreneurs building innovative solutions for India and the global market both. Since the launch of the initiative, several programs have been undertaken to contribute to the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of transforming India into a country of job creators instead of job seekers. So what exactly constitutes being a startup? An entity shall be considered as a startup if it is incorporated as a private limited company, a limited liability partnership, or a registered partnership. The age of the company should not be more than 10 years from the date of its incorporation. The turnover must not exceed 100 crores in any fiscal year. And of course, the startup should be working towards something innovative and should have a scalable business model with a high potential of employment generation or wealth creation. So with nearly 42,000 startups that have been recognized by DPIIT, the recognition of startups highlights innovations and innovators of our country. Moreover, it enables access to a host of benefits offered by DPIIT and Startup India. The process is fairly easy, and we invite startups to apply through the procedure visible on the screen. So what exactly you need is your incorporation certificate, the director details, proof of concept like a pitch deck, a website link, video in case of validation, and besides that, we also require patent and trademark details, if any, and the PAN number. For this process, we don't really require any sort of letters of recommendation, sanction letters, Udyog Aadhaar, MSME certificate, GST certificate, all of this is not required. So once you submit the application on the portal, the Startup India team evaluates the proposal and takes action within 24 to 48 hours. Now coming to the international event, Prarambh. As a noun, it implies an auspicious start, and as a verb, it implies to begin. Aiming to bring India's entrepreneurial force onto the global map, DPIIT is hosting Prarambh, the international summit, on January 15th to 16th, 2021. The summit will mark the 5th anniversary of the Startup India initiative launched by the Prime Minister on January 16th, 2016. The summit is aimed to lay a foundation for multilateral cooperation and engagement with countries from around the globe, and to sort of develop and hone these startup ecosystems collectively. So this 2-day-long virtual summit will bring together over 200 marquee speakers across 25 countries to facilitate discussion on innovation, emerging technologies, policies, initiatives, and sort of enable government and international organizations to share their views and set on fire the minds of young entrepreneurs. As you can see, these are some of the key highlights of the summit. Apart from deliberating on good practices from best of the ecosystems around the world, the sessions are designed to showcase the spread and depth of entrepreneurship-based innovation in India. The inaugural session, Honorable CIM shall address a gathering of innovators, entrepreneurs, investors, regulators, industry and academic luminaries from India and across the world, including BIMSTEC countries, and they will also be launching the virtual startup showcase. The grand plenary. This will conclude the summit. The session will comprise of reporting on the proceedings of the conclave, and the session is likely to be graced by the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. State Startup Ranking. The State Startup Ranking exercise was launched back in 2018 with the key objective of encouraging states and union territories to take proactive steps towards strengthening their startup ecosystems. The third edition was launched in December 2020. The framework contains 7 broad reform areas, namely institutional support, fostering innovation and entrepreneurship, access to market, incubation support, funding support, capacity building of enablers, and mentorship support. And these come with 26 action points focused on specific outcomes. So the states and UTs have been divided into categories A and B for uniformity and sort of a level playing field. So, and the scoring will be carried out on the basis of this categorization. So the best performing states will be graded in each reform area for an all-encompassing view of the startup ecosystem. Owing to the growing capacities in states, individual officers will also be awarded for their significant growth, owing to strengthening the startup ecosystems under their jurisdictions. We really hope that this year's SRF will encourage greater innovation and participation from the states and UTs. Despite the challenging times, the Indian startup ecosystem has showcased unprecedented resilience and zest for innovation, which have been playing an important role in propelling the nation's socioeconomic growth. As a successor to the first edition, the National Startup Awards 2021 shall recognize and reward outstanding startups and enablers which have demonstrated exceptional capabilities, not just in the terms of financial gains, but also for the measurable impact of the society. So as a result of NSA 2020, many success stories have come to the forefront with, the Prime Minister acknowledging efforts of one of the winners, and in another news where Flipkart had acquired another startup winner. So as we identify and celebrate innovations across 15 sectors, 49 subsectors, and 6 special categories, we will also highlight startups in special categories such as women-led startups, impact in rural areas, campus startups, potential for import substitution, innovation for COVID-19, Indic languages for consideration under the special category award. So as we can see here, a cash prize of INR 5 lakhs shall be awarded to one winning startup in each of the subsectors. The winner and the 2 runners-up shall be given the opportunity to present their solutions to relevant public authorities and corporates for potential pilot projects. For incubators, a cash prize of 15 lakhs shall be awarded to one winning incubator. Similarly, a cash prize of 15 lakhs shall be awarded to one winning accelerator. So the process to apply for these awards is fairly easy. Everything is given on our website. And once you apply, you will get a confirmation right on your screen, other than getting it through email. And with that, we come to the end of the presentation. We look forward to having stakeholders from across the ecosystem in Punjab come and participate in the International Summit. And we encourage startups and incubators and accelerators to participate in NSA 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Sana, for the informative presentation. I'm sure that we are going to have a good big delegation from Punjab for the summit. We are running a little behind the schedule, but we still have a few questions coming in from the audience, and they are specifically asked for Shekhar sir, Mr. Alok Shekhar sir. So the first question has come from Mr. Ravinder Singh. Are there any incentives that are being given to the agriculture-based startups in Punjab?
Ritika, Shekhar sir has dropped out. So we can park the questions, and we can get back to the participants later on this.
Sure. Okay. So Professor Das is here. There is a question for him as well.
Yeah.
How can IIT Roper's Incubation Center assist agri-based startups who are not from IIT?
Well, we are very open. IIT TBI, Technology Business Incubator, is not for just IITians. It's for everybody. And IIT Roper themselves has recently got a center for DST center, which is called Awadh, which is for agriculture and water. We have got, which is cyber physical systems in agriculture and water. So we have got a tremendous backup, not only expertise, but financial help. So we are very much interested. So anybody wants to have a company incubated here or wants to participate in our technology business incubator is welcome. We will evaluate them, and if we find viable, we can host them. There is absolutely no problem. We have companies which are not IIT Ropar companies at all, people come from outside whom we are incubating here. So there is absolutely no problem. You just put the proposal.
Okay, thank you, sir. The next question is by Arvind Singh. He has asked Mr. Tyagi if there is a COE in cybersecurity, Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity.
Yeah, Nikita, at present we are not established anything in cybersecurity, but there are 12, it is under proposal to establish one in cybersecurity. We'll definitely let him know once we had established that.
Okay, so these were the questions asked by the audience. Now I request Mr. Taranjeet Singh Bamra, CEO and founder Agnex Technologies Mohali, who's also a FICCI startup member, to give the vote of thanks for today. He is an award-winning venture capital-backed company which envisions a new world of agriculture and food value chain with the latest applications in technology and data sciences that can transform the way we grow, procure, trade, store, and consume food, benefiting all stakeholders of the agribusiness industry. AgNext has built a world-class platform for instant quality assessment and traceability linkages, removing subjectivity and bringing transparency across food value chains. Taranjeet is an alumnus of the prestigious IIT Kharagpur and MBA from IIM Calcutta. Mr. Taranjeet Singh Bamra.
Taranji, are you there? Mr. Bhamra? Just give me a second.
Sure.
I think he's probably busy right now. So what we can do is, let me just wind it up for everybody's understanding.
Sure.
As we all know, Punjab is...
Yeah, then I would request you to give the voting, vote of thanks then.
I'll do that. As we all know, Punjab is known for the enterprising spirit of its people and is a hub of SME enterprises. The state now has to transition to knowledge and technology-driven enterprises, as Professor Das has very explicitly spoken about it. It has developed a new culture of innovation. The state recognizes that innovation and entrepreneurship are crucial for future growth of state's economy. The state supports a cluster-specific bottom-up approach to build and strengthen innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in the state. The state follows an entrepreneurial-centric approach, fostering connections and learning. As we all understand, the state has launched Startup Punjab to build a strong ecosystem for nurturing innovation and startup. The state ensures necessary convergence and synergy in various central and state programs, excuse me, promoting innovation, entrepreneurship, and startup. The state of Punjab has a large number of reputed national level research and academic institutions, and like IIT, NIT, and leverage their expertise and research capabilities for promoting innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups in the state. The state also connects them with entrepreneurs and global network of venture capital, angel funds, and mentors. It accelerates the state's handholding is not only technology sector, but also other fields like manufacturing, healthcare, agriculture, tourism. Yes, the state is doing a lot more, but then as Professor Das very explicitly said, the state needs to encourage more entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs, create awareness among women entrepreneurs in various state and centrally sponsored schemes. The state also needs to handhold them who have business ideas and are interested to start their business ventures. Thus, I'm sure the state would provide specific schemes to, say, niche entrepreneurial sector, say, especially some women entrepreneurs. I think with these words, I thank all the dignitaries, Professor Das, Mr. Tyagi, and others from joining in. It's been a wonderful exchange of ideas. And with these words, I thank you all and wishing you a Happy New Year once again. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.